institution can be a pretty daunting entity. Believe me, from somebody who works there, I can tell you that it's pretty daunting. It can be very complex and very difficult many times. So it can be hard for small companies to be able to effectively get in and be very successful. So I guess if we looked at people, when we look at the institution, although we look like one big business, if you will, we're really made up of many different businesses. We're 13 schools and colleges, and there are probably 45 or 50 um, major buying units that are underneath all of those. So the best way to do business with the university is to become familiar with those buying units. Not easy, but also well worth the time to do that. And many of the local businesses have established this good relations with those folks, and we hope to do that. One of the main ways institutionally that we try to do that is our building local program. And our building local program is was kicked off last year, and we had a great event last May and a year ago in May, and we plan to have another really good event in May. But COVID came along, and unfortunately, we weren't able to hold that event. And we found that that event was very successful in helping link schools with needs to people in the community who can supply those needs. And we're just like any other group. If there's a need that that has to get filled, the small businesses help do that. Linking those up is what we like to try to do from our department standpoint. So our building local program is really attempting to do that, get those people together. We're excited about planning another event. This time it will have to probably be virtual later in the fall, and we're planning that now. So soon to hear more about it and more to come. So I think knowing us, becoming involved with us, and then working with the campus on their individual needs is really the best way to do that.
That's really awesome. It's really good to hear because I know there are a lot of maybe startup contractors or general contractors or even small businesses that are looking and they're on here, but they don't necessarily understand or know how can, we are looking to contract with these organizations, but in what ways can we, or what are they doing, or what ways do small businesses normally contract with you? So that helps definitely. Is there anyone else that would like to share in what ways minority-owned businesses and women-owned businesses do business with your organizations?
Hi.
Sure, Mr. Chair.
Oh,
Go ahead, Steve.
All right, thanks.
I'll go after you.
Yeah, so the SBA, we are the Small Business Administration. We were created in 1953 to help small businesses grow, start, expand, recover. And the reason why I'm here today is the primary reason the SBA in those early years was government contracting. So what the SBA does is we oversee the federal contracting goals for all agencies. We set a 23% goal, that is the national average. And actually, the scorecards will be released. Actually, I believe they were released a couple hours ago. I have not checked them to see the 2019 finalized data. But historically, the federal government does hit about a 25 to 27% small business goal. Our agency crosses that by having certain certifications that we have to promote small businesses. We have a new women-owned business certification that it's live right now for businesses to actually start applying to. We'll start making eligibility decisions on that come October 15th. But it is a federal set aside, so it does allow pools of women-owned businesses to specialized contracts just for women-owned businesses. We also have our 8A program that's under Section 8A of the Business Act, which is for socially and economically disadvantaged businesses. Socially, typically of a presumed race or discriminated against in their field of industry, and economically, which has to do with the individual's net worth. So determining net worth, SBA has a very detailed formula that really takes, assets minus liabilities. We also subtract your primary household to subtract the ownership and equity into the business, IRAs. That's the big ones right there. As long as that number falls below $750,000, you do qualify as economically disadvantaged under the SBA guidelines. So those are two of the programs that we have that are designed for women and minorities. But also, I would regret not bringing this up, especially for the city of Syracuse, is we have our hub zone program, historically underutilized business zones. And the hub zone in Syracuse, New York is actually one of the biggest areas in our 34 county district. So that has to do with where your business is physically located and where your employees are located, not necessarily ownership of the business. So we can get into more detail on that if need be with individuals who may be interested more about the hub zone program. But really, that's kind of how we establish and facilitate and foster small businesses throughout the federal government, not just with our agency, but across all the federal agencies.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for that information. I'll definitely include more information about the Hub Zone program into our follow-up email for the attendees. Does anyone else have anything to share?
Yeah, I want to briefly just share. I'll give you a summary answer and then a more detailed answer. I think the best way to connect with us is to contact us. So there's on our website, we have a list of all of our buyers. Our buyers are responsible for different groups of commodities. And so you can see the commodities by buyer on our website, and then you want to connect with that buyer and explain to them what your business is. During these times, we can't do a face-to-face meeting, so it's going to be over the phone, but traditionally we'll bring in vendors and hear them out and hear what they have to offer. That's really important. And then the detailed answer is, if we buy goods underneath $20,000 or services underneath $35,000, we have to go out and get quotes for those. And so if we don't know that your business exists, we're not going to go to you for a quote. And if we do know you exist, then we'll include you in that quoting process. And it's really that simple. So you need to be on our radar. For goods and services over $20,000 and $35,000, we're obligated by New York State law to go out to bid. And so you should contact us and we can get you a bidders list if you want to be a subcontractor, or if you want to see upcoming bids, you can look at the calendar that's on our website. There's a lot of information on our website. We're also a customer service department, and so in addition to a compliance office. So call us again, and we'll help you, put you in touch with upcoming stuff and help you navigate through the process.
Awesome. Zach, why isn't anyone stopping for basketball here?
Sorry. Awesome. Now, do any of the organizations, if any of you do business more specifically with businesses who provide maybe professional services who aren't necessarily general contractors, or like Dan, the list that you're referring to on your website, does it has a list of bids for like professional services and general contracting, or is it like a mixture of both, or one or the other?
The commodities listing on our website is broad, so it wouldn't say like professional services for IT installation. It would just say information technology, and we have a buyer for that. And then if a vendor connects with that buyer, she'll know how to handle whether it's a professional service or not.
Okay. Great. And so I think the next question that we have is, are there any programs, assistance, and or resources available for small businesses and minorities? And are there any COVID related? So do you guys, I know we kind of just answered the way you guys usually do business with businesses. But do you guys have any like specific programs or assistance or resources that you would like to share for these, and especially if they're COVID related?
If you don't mind, I'll start on that one with the SBA.
Okay.
Our Paycheck Protection Program has closed on last Saturday. Pending any type of legislation, that program right now is no longer valid, but we are still working on some other programs that we have that are still live and active. The Economic Industry Disaster Loan is a loan program designed for small businesses that have had a hardship due to COVID-19. It's an online application where you send it right in through our SBA website, work with our SBA officers, and then a loan based upon many factors of what the needs may be will be assigned a loan number and being processed. We also have, which is a great program, Subsidy Payments right now for all of our SBA loans that are current and active. Essentially what that is you'll get 6 months of principal and interest paid by the SBA on those SBA loans. It's not deferred. It's not, tacked on in the end. We pay fully the principal and interest for those 6 months. And any loan that is made through our standard SBA loan programs, now through actually September 27th is the deadline to get those loans approved. All those loans will also have 6 months of principal and interest paid for. Those are done through your local lending institutions that are partners with the SBA that accept our SBA loan programs. All those lenders can be found right on our website. Most of you probably work with, if you do work with a lot of our local lending institutions, they carry most of our loan programs. And then also we do have express loans. Those are faster turnaround time loans. Some of our lenders actually participate in as well. Typically, under normal times, those loans go up to $350,000. But under congressional mandate, those now go to $1 million. And those are very quick turnaround time loans. So just to let people know that there are still many programs out there. Right now, the Paycheck Protection Program does not exist. But please keep your eyes out on our website and also into the news to find out if there are changes or extensions to that program where it may come back in the future. Again, those are all pending legislations, which I can't speculate on, but the programs I did mention to you before are still active and will continue to remain active for quite some time.
Awesome. Thank you so much for providing that information regarding the SBA and all of your COVID relief programs that you're managing right now. Does anyone else have any specific programs for these businesses that are COVID related?
Onondaga County just announced this week a COVID-related loan program for businesses, and more information can be found on our website. There's a link from our website, and there's also that program's being run out of the Onondaga County Industrial Development Agency and Office of Economic Development, and there's more information on our websites as well.
Thanks, Dan. I'm glad that you did mention that. I did see that, and we here at the City of Syracuse do have open applications for our Industrial Development Agency, CIDA. There's a grant program and there's a loan program, and there's a deadline as for August 17th. And the grant is for PPE and fixtures from $500 to $10,000, and the loan program is, I believe, $3,000 to $25,000. I could be wrong on that. But you can find more information at syrgov.net and under departments, neighborhood and business development, and then CIDA. And so the county program that Dan mentioned is similar to the grant program. It would be for PPE and fixtures. I don't think the amount was released yet, but if you are applying for loans and grants, it would most likely be the same documentation from the CIDA grant and loan for that one. Does anyone else have any other COVID relief programs from their organization?
At the Office of General Services, we don't have necessarily any programs or services, but procurement-related requests. So agencies who would typically purchase items, PPE items, and those types of things, who may be looking to purchase from an or WBE who has those products available and or can provide those products, we certainly want to make sure that our individuals, MNWB's small businesses, check our website regularly for a listing of those particular contract or procurement opportunities. Our website, ogs.ny.gov, is updated regularly. And on that website is our procurement site. And so all of the listing of any of the resources and or contracting opportunities would be listed on that website, on that section of the website, which is called the procurement page. And so daily, as it relates to COVID, as it relates to services, as it relates to programs or products or services or technology, all of those are listed there. So I just want to offer that up. And also working with the Empire State Development Corporation, who is ESD, who is responsible for the certification of MNWBEs or state certification for MWBEs. They do offer a lot of resources or information regarding opportunities for MNWBEs on their website as well. And I do know for the period of pause, ESD was handling all of the requests for COVID-related items for agencies and authorities across the state of New York. So that's what I offer up from the OGS perspective. But I do know that some potential opportunities for those MNWBs who are currently out there who may be able to supply products or services, I do know that OGS will be posting in the very near future on their website contracting opportunities. So I offer that up as a way of communicating with MNWBs on how to do business with OGS.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that information. And I'll definitely be sure to include that for anyone who missed it or didn't catch the website and the list of all of the information she shared. Before we move on to the next question, I just want to address some comments that we have. And it looks like people are looking for websites and contacts. We will follow up with all of you guys, and even the hosts now can, at the end of the call, drop their contact information for you, but you will receive a follow-up email with their name, their email, and their department website for this information. So yeah, and thank you so much, Eric Ennis, for sharing the CIDA program link. So if you were interested in the CIDA grants and loans that is available right now, the link is in the chat. So for the next question, let's see. If you guys can please share, each of you, any upcoming projects or current projects and opportunities that you have, and what would be the process for securing these contracts? So do you have any upcoming projects where you're looking to contract, recruit, or hire? And what is the process like to secure the contract?
I'll speak up on this one. Right now, currently, the city of Syracuse, I'm Sarah Eaton. I am the purchasing contract clerk for the city of Syracuse. Right now, we currently have a general construction services bid out. Anybody can get information on city bids, RFPs, whatnot. You can go to the City of Syracuse webpage. Definitely go to the purchasing department. We try to update that as soon as possible, as soon as we get an RFP or a bid that's being put out. We also put all of our ads for any kind of construction or RFP. We put them on the Syracuse paper. So I don't know if you get the Syracuse paper, the standard, or you can go online and look them up. We try to put them in there as well. So if you guys want to keep an eye on those, we're constantly updating them. But right now we have the general construction services bid, and it's it's geared towards the water department, and it has has two parts to it, in short. And then there's, anybody can call me up. I can put my phone number or my email address in the chat or in the email following this. Anybody can call me up, purchase bid plan packet, and it can kind of get you going on the ball. I know this one's kind of already going through. Tomorrow they have a pre-bid meeting at 1 o'clock at the water department, But at any time they can, reach out to us. I'm more than happy to let anybody know what's going on, how they can get involved in it, what's the process that they have to do, what papers do they have to fill out. So that way we can get people, on these RFPs or these contract or these construction bids. So that way people get the information and they can get on them.
Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate your help. Does anyone else have any upcoming projects where they're looking to recruit or contract?
Yeah, I'd like to just add on what Sarah said and make a distinction that though Onondaga County and City of Syracuse have a combined office, there are some components of procurement that the City of Syracuse still holds on to, including RFPs and some construction projects, construction bids. Our office will do commodity bids for the City of Syracuse and all of their purchase orders, which is goods and services under $20,000 and $35,000. In terms of our upcoming projects, Onondaga County lists all of our bids, just like the City of Syracuse, in the local papers, because that's required by law. We also have a bid calendar on our website, ongov.net/purchase. It's right on the homepage. And you can see things like when upcoming pre-bid meetings are, or when we're going to advertise the bid, or when the bid is opening. So take a look at that. And then there's a resource that I'd recommend called Bidnet, which is it's a subscription and you have to pay for it. But the way it works is you log in and you register your business in any commodity or tax ID code that works with your business, and they will send you automatically any upcoming bids within the region, which I think is, it's several counties. And we register, or we put our bids on that too, Bidnet. And so mostly in those three ways.
Thank you so much. How about anyone else?
Sorry, Dan got me thinking. I apologize. We equally report to the New York. Well, it's okay. He's getting my gears moving. We equally report to the New York State Contract Reporter. So I just want to put that out there as well. I know we get a lot of calls from there regarding different bids that we have out. And like Dan said, they do one end of it, and we have a little bit where we do with the construction and the request for proposals. So like I said, New York State Contract Reporter, City of Syracuse website, purchasing department, look in the paper, and just reach out to us, call us, email us, get a hold of us, and then we'll try to get you guys in on these.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And so if no one else have any input as far as upcoming projects, definitely.
I'll jump in real quick, Ryan, if you don't mind. Sorry. All of our federal projects are posted on beta.sam.gov. That's the clearinghouse for all federal contracts, so you can always search that at any given time. This is the federal government's fourth quarter, so we do the majority of our purchasing actually in the fourth quarter of the year. Our year ends on September 30th, so please keep in mind that the federal government is purchasing quite a bit right now, and most of those projects will be posted on beta.sam.gov. Also, we do have our purchase card system, so anything under, or excuse me, I should say up to $10,000 in value can be purchased directly from a small business on a credit card transaction. So if you are working with some of the local federal governments or military installations, please reach back out to your point of contacts, let them know of your services or any products you may be able to supply them. A lot of these are being done on credit card sales just for the quicker turnaround time. A lot of it is emergency spending as well due to COVID-related factors as well. So please keep that in mind. This is our fourth quarter. We have quite a bit of spending right now, and actually upcoming major projects are posted on acquisition.gov. Federal agencies are required to post anticipated spending and for longer term period contracts, so you can see the forecast on acquisition.gov, but anything current, beta.sam.gov. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. I really hope I do see some comments of small business owners and contractors looking for specific contracts. Again, we will follow up with the links and the information provided, and they will drop their contact info in the chat at the end. So you will be able to ask, more specific questions as it relates to you. The next, or I think that was actually the last question. Do you guys have any additional questions as far as the speakers or anything else that you wanted to share? And everyone who's watching, all of our attendees, you guys can just drop your questions now to ask away. And so we'll take the next 5 minutes to answer questions and listen. If the speakers have anything else to share that we kind of didn't cover.
If it's okay, I've got one more thing to share from the North Country PTAC side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, perfect.
So all of these programs that everybody's talking about, while the North Country PTAC doesn't facilitate those, it is our goal to be here to help in government contracting. So if you're looking to certify as a minority women-owned business, for example, we can help you with that process. If you're already certified and you're looking to get some government bids, we can help you find those bids as well. So it is free to become a client of the PTAC system, and I would encourage you to check it out, do so. It's northcountryptac.com, and we do have some programs available for you to sign up so that those contracting opportunities go directly to your inbox. You're able to see those opportunities as they pop up. I just wanted to mention that.
Thank you so much, Kayla. I appreciate you for sharing that. Does any of the speakers have anything else to share? Any comments or feedback as the questions in the chat roll in? Someone said, Kathy says in the chat, I have a question about SU buying units. Is there a particular title we should be looking for when looking to contact each unit? And is there a particular contact for food? So I believe Kathy mentioned above that she owns a business called Kathy's Cookie Kitchen, and she's looking for contracts for her food. It looks like I think Vince is having trouble with his computer, and he's the one.
How about that? Is that better?
Yeah.
Way too many mute buttons here for me.
Right.
Kathy, our website address is syr.purchasing.edu, or purchasing.syr.edu. And you'll find all my contact information on there. Let's engage. Let's talk a little bit. Food is actually handled by a separate group on campus, but we can talk about your specific situation, and then I'll find the right person to help talk to you about food and opportunities on the campus. Okay?
Thank you. And it looks like someone else had the same question as far as health and wellness goes. So I figure it would be the same to visit the link. And does anyone else, any other organizations have any contracts that they provide specifically for health and wellness businesses? And it looks like she said this would be to offer services for employees. So that could be like pop-up health and wellness seminars or yoga. If someone is looking for contracts to do this, it would just be on the purchasing website.
Let me make a distinction here, at least for the way that our office works. We don't think of something to buy and then go buy it. We get asked by a department to buy something, and then we go find a compliant way to buy it. And so if there's a health and wellness type vendor out there, you don't need to start with our office. You would want to start with maybe the health office or human resources, or an office where it's part of their mission to include health and wellness. And then if you can work with that department and they're maybe doing something already and looking to pivot, or they find a need and your business is useful, then they would request that from us. And I'd say the same thing about food and any other, I mean, if it's a day-to-day commodity and we know that every day, you know, the county's buying office supplies or computers or whatever, call us and we'll include you in the quotes. If it's a little bit of a newer thing and maybe it's not a perfect fit for government, but you think that would be a fit, I would work with the department directly. And there's a listing of all of our departments on gov.net and Oswego County and City of Syracuse. All the departments are listed right on their website.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I just want to speak to that as well, with Dan saying that we're on there as well. You can go to the City of Syracuse website, and especially for services like health and wellness. I'm, like he said, reaching out to like our personnel department, seeing if you could get on their list, and if that something does come up, or reaching out to them and explaining to them that you'd like to offer the service. They're the ones that kind of come to us and say, we'd like to create a request for proposal for potentially health and wellness. And then we kind of start from there, and then the ball gets going. So reaching out to the departments and seeing if you can get your name in there would make a big impact, I guess, for us as the City of Syracuse.
Now, Sarah, someone in the chat, Tranisha, has a company called Flabab Express, and she provides HIV, hepatitis C, and pregnancy testing, and she's looking for a contract with the city schools for COVID testing. Where can she go for that? Do you also handle SCSA?
We do not. So we are the City of Syracuse, but the school district kind of handles their own contracts in that aspect. So you're going to want to reach out to the city school district and get in touch with somebody in the city school district. I'll see if I can get something to you, Iniara, so that way you can put it in an email so that Tryphina can have that. But yeah, you're going to want to reach out to the city school district. They're going to have their own networking. I know it's kind of confusing, but they kind of get their own networking going for certain types of contracts. So.
Okay, thank you. I'll look forward to that. If no one else has any questions, we will very much appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. We appreciate our speakers for coming on, providing and sharing your information and even support. If you can just drop your information, your contact information in the chat for the people who are looking for it, or the links that you shared. I saw some people already sharing links. And we will definitely follow up with you guys. I apologize, Lamont has been sick. So this is Zandaria again, and thank you for tuning in. So. Bye. Drop your info.
Thank you, Daria.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
You guys have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Have a good one. Thank you for the invite.
Yes. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.